Hey everybody, hope you're all doing well. Substatica here. I thought I'd take a minute to go over some of the fantastic stuff we learned yesterday with the release of The Walking Dead Saints and Sinners Retribution trailer, along with some other images and details in the updated Steam listing. Before we get to that, take a minute to click the S in the corner to subscribe. Heading for 25,000 subscribers, it would be fantastic if you were one of them. Also, like, share, leave a comment. Let me know what you think of the video or the game, or let me know your thoughts on the Retribution trailer and all the great info that was dropped yesterday. Let's get into it here. First and foremost, we get a chainsaw. The chainsaw was in the previous logo that was released, and now we get to see it in the trailer in action. Looks like it's gas powered with a battery start. Now, I'm thinking that it'll be one-time use. Once the gas is out, it'll probably break, but let me know what you think. Let's go on to some other weapons that were shown in some of the images available on the Steam listing now. We've got what looks to be a Mach 11, so a submachine gun. Some of you might know that type of gun better as an Uzi or a Mach 10, but we see that kind of makeshift with some copper wire around it. We also see a suppressor on what looks to be the 9mm from the first game, as well as an attachment which could be a laser sight, or it could be some sort of tactical flashlight attachment. So those are some great additions. I don't know, the SMG is going to go through ammo pretty quickly, so I don't know how practical that's going to be in game, but at least we have some confirmed new weapons, and especially the chainsaw, which we can juggle for sure. Now, I'm still hoping for a flare gun. We'll have to wait and see if that's in it, but fingers crossed, flare gun. Next up, we've got locations. It's been confirmed that the location is going to include the French Quarter. There's some text on the updated Steam listing to that effect. Also says we're going to be using the skiff again to navigate between locations. There's been discussions around whether it's going to be the skiff or it's going to be walking or sewers or something like that. But all we know now is that there's more locations, includes the French Quarter, and we use the skiff again to get around. And we can also go out at night. Hence, hopefully, we've got the laser sight, we've got our old flashlight, so all that good stuff is still available. Moving on to the walkers, we see in the trailer, we see a walker with a falling animation. I believe I can fly. So that's going to really help immersion when walkers are falling off of balconies or off of ledges, or we're pushing them. They're piling off, all that good stuff. We also see what I'm calling the gentleman walker. We've got a walker in a suit and a tie. His collar is a bit loose. You know, he's cutting loose. He's having some fun. So that's a nice addition. We're going to see some new walker skins. And the main focus of the trailer is the Axeman. Now, there's spoilers obviously here for Aftershocks, so tune out if you haven't played that yet. But pretty much the last half of the Aftershocks DLC deals with trying to track down at least the base of the Axeman. Now, the Axeman is a reference to a serial killer that was active in 1918, 1919, killed 6 people, wounded another 6, would break into people's homes and generally use tools that he found in their homes to assault them in their sleep, killing some, grievously wounding others. He also wrote a letter that has a reference to himself as the esteemed mortal, and that reference is in the game as well. And at the end of Aftershocks, you kind of find his base in New Orleans, at least in that area. And there's a postcard for the French Quarter. So now we see the Axeman in full. He's got some armor, he's holding the fire axe. We hear the Axeman's message to the tourist.
A broken man. He is capable of anything.
He calls himself a broken man. He calls the tourist a monster who's broken something that can't be mended.
The things you have broken cannot be mended.
Now, I asked myself, what would drive a man to such extremes? What would break a man? What would cause a man to don armor and venture into hordes of walkers to make a list of targets? And then I also thought to myself, who's a character that we haven't met that could be broken by the tourist in this way? So I thought about the first game, and the answer I came up with is Ambra's dad. Now, Ambra's dad could blame the tourist for Ambra's death. Whether you helped May or didn't help May, either way, you can't get around Ambra's death in the first game. And that would break a man. That would drive a man to make a list. That would drive a man to put on armor and venture into hordes of walkers to seek retribution from the person that he blamed for his daughter's death. That's my theory for the Axeman. Let me know your theory for retribution, whether it's for the Axeman or the location or any parts of the story. Leave it in the comments. Also, like and share. All that good stuff is appreciated if you enjoy the content. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next time.
And when I finally find you, tourist, you will see what a broken man has to